criminal cyber gang has stolen as much as $1 billion from over 100 financial institutions over the past 2 years.
They just need to be lucky. One day, 1 second, and they are in.
They're kind of like ghosts, sneaking in the country and then sneaking out.
At that moment, we need to find the money.
Is there anything we can do about this attack? Nothing!
Imagine you walked into an ATM and found a pile of cash scattered on the floor with the machine still spitting out money. It might feel like you're with the jackpot, right? But what if I told you this bizarre scene was actually the outcome of a digital heist? Yes, there is a mastermind behind this, just like in the TV series Money Heist. Two masked men casually entered an ATM booth. One stayed outside acting as a lookout, while the other stood inside waiting patiently without inserting a card or tampering with the machine. Suddenly, the ATM began mysteriously spitting out cash, banknote after banknote, straight into his hands. Their plan was simple: target an ATM in a low traffic area, and if anyone entered, quickly grab the cash and disappear, leaving the scattered money behind, making them believe it was either a stroke of fortune or a glitch in the machine. Meanwhile, similar scenes played out in other branches across various countries the same way. What appeared to be a technical glitch was part of one of the largest and most sophisticated cyber heists in history that was carefully planned by a genius mastermind that named as Carbanak.
Carbanak.
The authors of the report call it the great bank robbery of the modern era.
Their ultimate goal was to steal as much money as possible, and they largely accomplished that.
Let's rewind to April 8, 2014. An employee at a Ukrainian bank receives an email attached with the Word document. Thinking it is work-related, he clicks on it. A brief installation window flashes on his screen and disappears within seconds. The employee did not worry much about this and then continued his day, unaware that this simple click had just given the hacker full access to his computer. The next day, the employee notices that his computer is running unusually slow, disrupting his work. He got so frustrated, he calls the IT team for assistance. When the IT technician arrives and logs in with the admin credentials to troubleshoot, boom! The hacker strike gold. A keylogger installed on the employee's computer captures the IT admin's credentials, giving the hacker access to the bank's domain controller. The domain controller is a server that keeps all of the company's data organized and secure. The smart thief, now that he has access to the very heart of the bank's system, he does not launch an attack immediately. Instead, he stays low, observing and studying the bank's operation for months. His main goal was to locate the networks responsible for transfers and ATM operations. He begins the hunt only after fully understanding the flow. The Carbanak hacker employed 3 brilliant and highly sophisticated methods to steal massive amounts of money: transfers, ATM spitting, and database manipulation. Transfers uses online banking systems and international e-payment platforms like SWIFT to transfer funds from the bank's accounts directly to his own and other Mafia accounts. In many cases, the stolen money was deposited in banks located in countries like China or the United States, making it difficult to trace. ATM spitting. He remotely took control of ATMs, programming them to spew out cash at specific times. Mules or the individuals hired to retrieve the money would collect the cash and forward it to the leader in exchange for a small cut of the loot. Database manipulation. The hacker infiltrates the core accounting systems of banks and manipulate account balances. For instance, if an account had $1,000, he would alter its value to $1 million, then transfer $999,000 to their own accounts. The original account holder remained unaware because their initial $1,000 balance was untouched. These methods were so advanced and seamlessly executed in a way that all of the banks realized it too late. When the bank realized that their balance was going low and was unaware of the situation, they hired Kaspersky to investigate the problem. Van der Wiel, one of Kaspersky's investigators, received an urgent call from a colleague in Russia. The colleague reported that an IT specialist at a Russian bank was panicking. Someone had hacked into their domain controller and taken complete control. Van der Wiel and Kaspersky team immediately began their investigation, searching for malware that was responsible for this control. Eventually, they discovered remote access software that allowed the hackers to watch and control computers in real time. This breakthrough revealed the scale of the operation and connected back to the hacked ATMs in Ukraine. For the first time, Kaspersky could piece together how the Carbanak group orchestrated their attacks. The more the Kaspersky team uncovers the methods of the Carbanak group, the more it was complex. Kaspersky joins forces with Europol, Interpol, major European banks, and various national law enforcement agencies to track the group. They even managed to take down some of the hackers' servers, but the Carbanak group quickly adapts, deploying new tools and continuing to operate undetected. By early 2016, Carbanak has successfully robbed at least 100 financial institutions across nearly 30 countries. Most of their victims are in Russia, but their reach extends to the US, China, Asia, and Europe. Over the course of 2 years, the group stole more than $1 billion, cementing their place in history as one of the most prolific cybercriminal operations ever. There might be a mistake in the story, but you please don't make the mistake of not subscribing to my channel. That one small act of kindness from you could make a huge difference to me. So go ahead and smash that subscribe button now. Let's get back to the video. On July 10th, 2016, Carbanak planned a bold heist on a bank in Taipei, during which over $50 million was illegally withdrawn from 34 ATMs spread across 20 branches in Taipei and Taichung.
The first bank reported that over 70 million NT dollars was withdrawn illegally. The withdrawals were made in both Taipei and Taichung across 34 ATMs and 20 branches.
As part of their operation, 2 mules entered an ATM booth at Shangri, Taipei to collect the cash. While they were busy gathering the money, a stranger entered the booth, intending to make a withdrawal. Looking at the stranger, the mules quickly grabbed as much cash as they could, leaving the remaining bills scattered across the floor and fled the scene. Confused by the situation, the stranger promptly contacted the police. The mules followed their standard procedure, returning to their hotel with the stolen money and believing their operation had gone unnoticed. They even stepped out for lunch. However, their confidence was short-lived. The Taiwanese police acted quickly, deploying a team of 500 officers and using CCTV footage to track the suspects. Their efforts resulted in the arrest of 3 money mules out of the 22 involved in the operation across various parts of the city. The mules were predominantly Russian, with a few from Eastern European countries. While 19 managed to flee Taiwan successfully, 3 remained in the country, still holding onto the stolen cash. They initially panicked and decided to hide the money and strategize their next steps later. One mule tried to hide the cash in train station lockers, thinking that the operations leader would later retrieve the suitcase, which it did, and disappeared as well. Another mule hid the money in a remote mountainous park, hoping it would stay safe there. In this unexpected turn of events, an elderly man stumbled upon one of the hidden bags at the park containing $500,000. Mistaking it for a stroke of good fortune, he brought the bag home. However, after seeing news reports about the heist, he realized the money's origin and handed it to the authorities. He was then arrested for possessing stolen cash. The Taiwanese police successfully recovered 90% of the stolen money. The 3 captured mules, including the leader, were sentenced to just over 4 years in prison. Despite these arrests and the recovery of much of the stolen funds, the Carbanak mastermind is still out there, continuing to execute cyber heists as if he's untouchable. During the investigations of the three mules, it was revealed that the leader of the group had a close relationship with the mastermind behind the operation. Analysis of the leader's phone showed that the mules transferred money to him, which he then sent to the mastermind through various channels. By meticulously tracing these transactions, officers from Europol, Interpol, the FBI, cybersecurity companies, and other international authorities worked tirelessly for 2 years. In 2018, they finally tracked down the mastermind in Alicante, Spain. He was spotted using the laptop in a public place. The officers followed him to his home, where they conducted a raid and found his laptop still powered on. With the help of forensic experts, they uncovered extensive evidence tied to the heist. Authorities seized a box of jewelry, 2 BMW cars, and 15,000 bitcoins valued at $150 million at that time and worth over $1 billion today. Despite the arrest of the mastermind, the code used by the Carbanak group continues to be deployed for scams even today. Law enforcement agencies remain vigilant, believing that others like him could still be carrying out cyber attacks, whether from a small 10x10 room, a beachside highway, or even the house next door. So what's the takeaway? Carbanak's success was not solely due to their advanced coding skills. It hinged on exploiting human error. They capitalized on simple mistakes like an employee clicking a malicious email link to infiltrate and manipulate the entire banking systems. This story serves a powerful reminder of the critical importance of cybersecurity awareness. Regularly updating systems and treating emails with caution are not just best practices, they are essential defenses. After all, one careless click has the potential to dismantle even the most robust billion-dollar empire. Stay smart, stay secure. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and consider subscribing to my channel. See you next time. Until then, take care.